guys, Mary from SVG Cuts here with some new projects for 4th of July, patriotic summer projects, and beyond. I was thinking that these would be really fun to make for kind of a wide variety of occasions. I hope they come in handy for you, and I would love to see how they look for birthdays. You could, stick with a color scheme if you have a birthday party planned or you want to give it as a gift. You could either make it as a gift bag or as a lantern like this. So it would also be really cute for Halloween, like black and purple, orange and black, for Christmas, for winter, if you had like a little winter themed, display of stuff, maybe in whites and glitters, or of course for New Year's. So those would be some really fun ideas, and I would love to see the cool pattern paper that you would pick out if you did that. So we also have a really fun gift bag. It's nice and dimensional. It could also be a piece of decor. If you put this on a little display area with some patriotic summery stuff, I think it looks kind of rustic and cool, and I would totally put it up. It reminds me of something that I would see at this country, kind of folk art country store that I like a lot. So what else do we have? We have a utensil holder, which should be cool for your 4th of July gathering if you're gonna get together and eat with people, which I definitely am, and I have a hunch a lot of you guys would be too, obviously here in the US. But you can also make it without the letters, so you could adapt it to whatever kind of theme you had in mind for your party. So we also have a cool box card, which, as you probably know, is a card that folds flat, goes inside its envelope, but it also pops up to look dimensional and super cool. So what else? Finally, we have this new marquee light, and the back is finished off nicely. And I like these panel designs on the side. It's kind of a subtle touch, but it looks nice, and it's really fun to use your paper, that whatever you want to use. So I used, in your PDF and on the website, it says exactly what kind of lights I used. They are also, it also lists this. This is like a $7 light, uses some batteries. I like to use rechargeables, but it comes with a little remote control, and you can turn it whatever color you want, or you can have it cycle through colors or flash colors, or turn up the brightness and turn down the brightness. So it looks really cool. Have the red be red, the blue be blue, or vice versa, or for a different theme like Halloween would look really cool, I think. So the paper that I used this time is by Authentique. It's called Honor. And as soon as I saw it, I had to have it. I love their vintage paper, is really pretty. I pretty much used up all of it, and I had a great time doing it because it's really cool paper. So I posted on Facebook that I would, I was like, comment yesterday. I said, leave a comment and I'll read some of them during my intro. So I probably want to wrap it up, and I don't know who to even pick. I haven't decided. But you guys are all awesome. I always love reading your comments. Thank you so much for your kind words, and you have such a kind heart. All of you guys really do. So, let's see. Melissa Craig says she is really looking forward to moving into her own new place soon and being able to decorate however she wants, and she's looking forward to some patriotic stuff. So go, Melissa. That's awesome. I think that's really cool that you can do whatever you want. That's always really fun to just go with it. Whatever you want to put up, you put up, and share a picture with us. So who else? Thank you so much for just all the kind words, you guys. Lloydine Brock was wondering if the Heidi Swap bulbs and covers work. They do. That's exactly what I used, and if you click through to this on my website, you'll see exactly what it is. Helly, is that how you say it? I don't even know how you say it. Hell, is it hell? I should know. I don't know. She says would look better if it was a little more Danish, and some of you guys want to see it done for Canada. Maybe someday I could add some extras. What else? Linda McCloskey says she is already cutting out her pieces for the vintage flag marquee sign. That's awesome. Can't wait to see. And Deb Maurer says she's already visualized something she wants to do with the marquee light too. Can't wait to see what that is. I've got my pieces cut out, so let's get started. So first of all, for our Happy 4th box card, as you can see in your PDF, which is included in your download, it shows the way that the embellishment inserts are laid out. So there's the inside front, insert 1, insert 2, and insert 3. So if that helps you to be able to check that out, then that's great. So I went ahead and glued my star and my letters onto the insert, the first part. Then I went ahead and glued my happy letters on this part, and then this is insert number 1. As you can see, there's a 1. Your machine will have cut that out on your shape there. So I'm going to just kind of center this, and then I want to glue it down so it's kind of easier to do it like this instead of trying to see where it overlaps from the front. So a little dot of glue in there is perfect, and then it's nice to see where that is and center that right on the back, right in the middle, so that it's framed nicely back there. Or even if it's a little bit askew, that's still really cute. So there's insert number 1, and then insert number 2 is a white piece with a red firework glued on top and then an ivory star. Maybe yours are different colors, that's okay. So you can try to match it exactly how I have mine, or if you want to just play around with it till you like it, that's great too. And then I went ahead and took insert number 3 and glued my star onto the red part, onto the light blue part. And this star actually overlaps, well, actually not perfectly, just wherever you think it looks cute is good. And then finally I have this dark blue piece, and there's no right or wrong way to put the fireworks together, just however you think looks cute. I think that looks cute. So then it just looks nicely finished off with a cute little star. And then I'm going to more or less line up this onto the other side over here. So there's insert number 3. So then I've got the body of my box card, and I went ahead and on the inside I glued these flaps into place, or these flat panels with the stars in the middle, and then these side panels, as well as on this piece, same thing. And then on the back, there's whatever you want to be here, a nice oval and a framed panel, and then the same exact star on both sides. So what we want to do is glue those together side to side, and then close it up on the other side to form the box shape with some glue there. And there you go. And since we want to make sure it's going to fold flat perfectly before it's totally dry, it's always a good idea with a box card to go ahead and fold it flat, make sure it's going to fold flat nicely before the glue dries, just in case it's off a little bit. So then all that's left to do is put some glue on this bottom part of the insert, the inside front, and glue that right onto the inside. And then insert number 1, with those tabs folded towards you, you can glue that right into place with the front of the tab flush with the front of the box on both sides. And then again, before it's completely dry, it's nice to fold it both ways and make sure that it's going to fold flat. Then we're going to do the same thing with insert number 2, and that's going to be flush with the front of those tabs is going to be flush with the front of the piece in front of it. So basically, you just want it to be centered in there, and you want it to be all nice right angles so that it'll fold flat nicely. So then insert number 3, we can fold those tabs away from you with some glue on them. And you just want to guide that into the back with the back of those tabs flush with the back of the box. Nice and perpendicular so that it folds flat and they're nicely spaced out there inside the box. So there's your super cool box card. Now for the envelope, as you can see in your PDF, if you're curious, it's broken apart into parts because when it's all one piece, it's too large to fit on a piece of 12 by 12 paper. So if you want to see this, you can. Here's the top flap, the bottom flap, and the side flaps, and then just the main part. So I went ahead and cut those out and folded them up. And I put this star here just to be festive and help you see which side is the top and which is the flap. So here is my main part, and we're just going to glue this together like this. Wait, let me see. Is that right, or do I have them like this? Yes. So this area is a little larger up at the top. This is a little smaller down at the bottom. And these are curved just to help you when you put your card in there so that it doesn't get caught on anything. This should help a little bit. So you want to glue both of your sides down. And then we can glue the bottom into place. So this is the bottom. So we want to go ahead and open that up and put some glue on this flap here, just like we did with the other pieces, sides, and glue that right onto the bottom. So there's our bottom flap, and now this is going to fit together just right. So what we want to do is put some glue on this bottom part here, like about that, so that we can glue the bottom flap closed onto those guys. And then we can glue this into place. So I'm going to put glue all over that back side and then carefully slide that into place up at the top. So there we go, and your card folds flat. If you fold it like this, it makes it a little wider than like this. So you want to fold it like this. Then you can go ahead and put it inside and then close it up. Next, for our utensil caddy, I went ahead and cut everything out, and if you want to make it without the words, you can. So if you're making it for a different occasion, you can do that. So as long as, well, I suppose while this piece is still flat, you could go ahead and glue your happy letters right on here, which I have cut out. I'm not going to go ahead and glue those on right now, but those just go right on the front. And these are bent slightly. And if you would like to emboss these paneled pieces, they look cute if you emboss them. I did a little basket weave pattern on mine, and I rubbed a brown ink pattern on the edges, which is always a nice touch. So while this is still flat, if you want to go ahead and put those on, or you can do it after you put it together, does not matter. And then when you're ready, you can glue the four sides, the four corners together, like so. Nice and straightforward. And these little cutout areas on the bottom just kind of make it look more detailed and cute, and they also help you center your little buckets in there just right also. So there's the tray. And now all three of these little buckets are identical. So whatever paper you want to cut them out of is great. I've got the blue one here. And you just want to glue it together side to side. And then this flap is going to fold over like this, with some glue on it, and you just want to glue that closed like this. So then it also comes with a little panel that you can glue onto the front to kind of finish it off. And you can certainly use whatever colors you would like. I think it looks nice if you're doing a patriotic one, if you do red, white, and blue patterned papers, or solid is cute too. But if you use double-sided paper like I have, then when you fold it over, it kind of creates some contrast behind those little panels, and then you can put your stars in place after it's together. So then the next thing you want to do is put a line of glue around the bottom of the bottom, and just carefully drop that into place, and then you can push down from the inside. So all three of those little buckets go together the same way, and then once you have them put together, you can go ahead and put some glue on the bottom of it and put all three in whatever order you would like. You can center it nicely down there in the bottom. And then of course you can add your little double layer fourth. So mine happens to be dark blue with ivory lettering on the top, and then I stayed with the blue stars on the blue, the white on the white, and the red on the red, which I think looks really cute, but you can of course do whatever you want. Next, for our vintage marquee flag, I went ahead and glued the blue patterned panel on top of the blue, as well as the red patterned panels on top of the red pieces. And then we've got these ivory paneled. Mine happen to be different patterns. Yours are probably the same. So then you can you've got two pieces that look like this and two that look like this. So what we want to do is, for the front, this is the front. It doesn't matter which is the front or the back until you start gluing your panels into place. But this one here with the star cut out, that's 2 layers thick that I've got, is the front. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that right onto this piece. Then I can go ahead and glue my red paneled pieces into place. On both sides. So I'll go ahead and glue this second red piece on the other side of the front, and then I can center this right in the center on the front. So if you would like, it does look nice. I'm a big fan of always inking all of the pieces in every project. I did not do that on this, but if you just take a brown ink pad or a colored ink pad and rub it around panels like this, I always think it looks really nice. So then if you want to use a pop dot or something behind this, that looks really cute, or you can just glue it right onto the front. So I want to glue this onto this, but I want to be very careful to center it just perfectly And what's going to help with that is if I flip it over and I can line it up just right so that this top part is just a hair larger than this hole. So that's how we're going to glue it on, like so. So I want to go ahead and put some glue on this panel, and I'm just lining it up very carefully using these little half circle cutouts right there. So then next, we can lift this up and glue this side down, this tab right down on the outside. So this is going to be hidden at the end. That's why that tab, the tab's on the outside, because if it was on the other side, then you would see it in your finished project. So next, we can go ahead and glue, oops. Actually, I want to put glue on the inside of this tab. It's a little different. Like so. As well as on the other side. And then we've got two pieces like this, and they're identical. We want to glue them. You want to glue it on the inside of these flaps like this. So I'm going to put some glue on them, just one at a time, and carefully line that up nicely in place on both sides. And glue that into place. So next we can put some glue on the inside of that tab and glue both bottom pieces into place. Like so. So now it's like we have a little tray with the panels on the inside and the front. So what I did is I went ahead and glued the two back panels into place and did the same thing, creating an identical one, which is going to get glued together just like this. So to do that, we want to put a line of glue around the outside, getting pretty close to the edge. But the seam is going to be hidden, so if the glue, squirts out the side, it's not a big deal. So I've got a nice amount of glue around the back side, and I want to line it up as perfectly as possible. And I can use those little holes to help me. So there we go. And I kind of glued this red panel a little too far in, but I think it'll be okay. So we want to make sure that that everything is glued together nicely. And then we can glue our numbered sides into place. So this just finishes it off and makes it a little straighter. So what we're going to do is, your pieces are numbered, your machine cut a little number there, but I went ahead and darkened that in with a Sharpie to make it easier to see in this video. You probably don't want to do that because it's not necessary, and it might actually show through I don't know. So, oops. Actually, let's leave this up a little bit so that the last tab that we glue into place can go underneath it. So as you can see, I put piece number 1 there. And then I can glue down piece number 2 right onto the sides. So I'm just feeling along the edge, making sure that it's as straight as possible on the front and on the back. And I'm just going to work my way around the whole outside, 1 through, I believe, 7. So this number 3, I want to line up at the bottom, and then wherever it overlaps is perfect up there. And then piece number 4, I want this score line to be going the other way. So that is pretty straightforward. I'm just working my way around. There's piece number 4 into place. So you get the idea. You want to keep going. Piece number 6, after piece number 5, and then line up piece number 7 underneath up at the top first, and then wherever it overlaps is perfect here. And then finally glue this down if it's sticking up still. So then on the back side, this is your little battery pack holder. And you just want to put some glue on the side there. Glue that into place. And then put some glue on these 3 tabs. Fold that bottom up into place. Then you can put glue on the back side and glue that right into the center on the back. Then, oh, I almost forgot. These patterned panels go around. It actually, if you are really curious, it actually is labeled in your PDF also, but I don't think you really have to look at that. You can have the arrows going up or down, it doesn't matter, but I guess if your paper needs to be right side up, then you would want it to be a certain way. So these smaller ones go on the bottom, this goes on the top, and then these alternate around, evenly spaced. So what you want to do is, first you want to center this at the top, then you want to center this at the bottom, and then you want to add this middle piece centered. And then you can do the same thing on the other side, and you can put your top in place as well as your 2 bottom pieces here, like this. So the way that I think is best to put the lights in is, I don't have an extra string of these lights, but they come like this, and first you want to put them all through the holes, and then you want to take your string of lights and it just plugs right in, and it's tight enough to hold it, just like that. So I think it's best if you follow from the end here all the way around and end up here. Next, for our flag bag, I've got the main pieces here, and your machine will have cut a number into the sides of them. So I've darkened that in with a Sharpie so you could see it better. So this is piece number 1, that's part of the front, and then this is piece number 2 here, and as you can see, it's a zigzag pattern. And this is the rest of the front, and then the side. I went ahead and glued my panel into place. Then we've got piece number 3 with the back panel on it, and then piece number 4 with the other side panel on it. So what we want to do is glue these together side to side, starting with piece number 1. Nice and straightforward. Just do your best to glue it as straight as possible. And then piece number 2, right there. And then piece number 3, or piece number 4 onto piece number 3. And then we can close it up. Just straighten it out a little bit. Then we can close it up with some glue on the tab of piece number 4. And there we go. So next, you want all these little tabs on the bottom folded in, and we're going to drop the insert in, and then we're going to glue the bottom on. So they look like this. This one's the bottom. It's a little bit larger. This is the insert panel. It's got a little circle cut out, so it's easier to tell. And it doesn't matter if you turn it this way or that way. Either way is fine. So what we're going to do is put a line of glue around the edge, and you might get a little glue on your work surface, so if you would like to put something down to protect it, you can do that. And then I'm going to just carefully drop this right into place, making sure that the zigzags that go in, making sure that these zigzags are nice and snug on the bottom. So to anchor it in place, I'm going to push down from the inside all the way around. And again, making sure that those lines are nice and snug following each other. So once that's in place, mine could be a little more perfect, but that'll do. Then you can go ahead and cover this with a bit of glue and glue the bottom into place. Then you can glue your panels into place. So that goes like this. This one goes on the front, the blue. You put some little stars on it. And then we've got the stripes. So I think the easiest way is to just take a look and kind of lay it out. First, I'm going to, okay, well, this is too long to fit on a 12 by 12 piece of paper, so it's broken apart into 2 pieces. So the 2 longest pieces are this one and this one. It breaks here, and then there's 2 small pieces. Then there's a middle-sized piece up at the top. So let's see what we've got here. I've got the 2 small pieces here, which go on the end, and that, as you can see, this is a straight line on the bottom of that, so that goes on the bottom. And then this is going to follow the curve of this blue piece, just like this. You can't do it the wrong way because then it wouldn't line up. And then we've got this middle piece with this short segment on the end. It goes right here. And then what do we have? It's just a matter of seeing where these guys, where's the straight line? The straight line is at the bottom here. So that goes on the bottom. And then this goes like this. So you wouldn't, well, it wouldn't be the end of the world if you did it like this, but you want it to be curving upwards because it's a waving flag design. So I'm not going to glue this down because you get the idea. First, I'm just going to lay it out, and you can go ahead and first glue down this bottom nice and flush with the bottom, and then glue your blue into place. And then we want to glue this up flush right underneath the bottom of the blue and glue this next into place. Then you want to center this just right in this space here, and then you can put your red pieces where they go right. Oh, this one goes like this. It's kind of curved up. And then this piece, am I missing a score? Let's see. Oh no, here we go. These two pieces. This one is flat on the top in this little short segment, so you want to center that up at the top and then center this one, and then finally you can center this where it fits just right on the bottom here. So to finish off the flag bag, I cut a piece of wire, just could be a little thicker, could be thinner, just some kind of wire, and then I wrapped this blue ribbon that matches my color scheme just loosely around. I wanted it to look kind of folksy, and I even bent the wire a little bit, and then I looped some of this pretty stuff and tied it up. I thought that looked really cute. Finally, for our star lanterns, they are pretty much identical. They go together the same way. One is just smaller, and the larger one has this interior back panel, and the small one does not. That's the only difference. So I think I might just put together only the large one here, just to make things go a little quicker. So here's this is the back. I glued the back panel into place. This is the little light holder, which we'll get to in just a moment. This is the interior back panel, and then we've got two decorative stars that are going to go on this vellum behind this piece. And then we've got our sides. So since this one is larger, this is the large lantern, these sides are broken apart into more pieces. For the smaller lantern, it's broken apart into just two pieces because it's smaller. So I went ahead and darkened these numbers in with a Sharpie that your machine will have cut, and I also went ahead and glued my panels into place. So what we can do is, and again, in your extras folder, you have the option of having these holes. See how this hole is set back towards the back? You can have it like that if you want to counteract the weight of the light, or if you would like it in the center, just check your extras folder for that. So if you're making a gift bag and you want it in the center, that's in your extras folder. So as you can see, I'm folding over these two, and I made a little mistake while I was cutting this out, and I accidentally moved that circle over. So yours will be centered like that. So I'm going to glue piece number 2 to piece number 1, like so, and then glue piece number 3 on to piece number 2, and then some glue and piece number 4. So I'm going to set that aside while it dries up a little bit, and then I'm going to glue this vellum right onto the back. So to do that, I can put a little line of glue, and you don't want to use too much glue, and you don't want to get it too close to the edge, even though it needs to be pretty close to the edge, because it will kind of ooze out the sides and show. And it also has a tendency, if you have too much glue, it has a tendency to wrinkle the vellum up. So that is my words of wisdom on the vellum. And then you can go ahead and glue this white star into place carefully. Again, not too much glue and not too close to the edge, because it will wrinkle up and it will show through. And you want to really press that down so it doesn't get the opportunity to wrinkle up too much. So then our little star right in the center too. So now I've got my front and my back and my sides, and the way that this is going to work is an accordion fold all the way around. And we just want to make sure that these holes, they're going towards the back. So that means this is the front, and we're going to carefully glue our front into place. So all you want to do is just carefully, one tab at a time, just center it nicely and glue this down. So you want to go ahead and work your way around all the tabs, gluing them down around your star to the front. And then once your front is glued into place, you can go ahead and decide which way is up. So this is flat right here, so this is facing the right way. I'm going to glue it onto here. If you care about the design of your paper, if it needs to be going in a certain direction, you want to make sure that you've got the top lined up. And then this piece looks nice if you use, I think, like shiny, glittery paper to kind of reflect more of the light out. I didn't want to use any of my glitter paper for some reason, so I thought, why not just make it blue for now? So that works. And then what you want to do is to create our little light holder. We can glue these ends over, which strengthens it up. And then we want to put some glue on these tabs. Oops. My glue's a little messy. And then it doesn't matter which side you start with. You just want to carefully glue those sides into place all the way around. And then you can go ahead and put glue on these tabs and glue the back into place. If you need to flip it over and push down from the inside, you can. And then go ahead and put glue here and center that right in the middle on the back. Then you can go ahead with your front will already have been glued on, and then you can go ahead and glue the back into place one tab at a time. Then, if you would like, you can finish it off with some ribbon. I mean some wire. I kind of made mine a little messy, which I think looks really cute because my paper is vintage. So if you want to do that, you can, or use a ribbon or whatever you would like. So there you have it, really fun projects for patriotic themed summer, 4th of July, and beyond. If you make one of these projects, I would love to see a picture on our Facebook wall, your blog, pin it on Pinterest, share it on Instagram, however you like to share. I always love to see, and so do the rest of our crafty friends. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time, and happy crafting.